Hey everyone, it's Angus here. I thought I'd share just an interesting, or hopefully interesting video on how you can see possibly people to follow. What I often do is I'll have a look at a chart that I'm interested in, and then I'll try and find people who've made the right calls. If someone's sort of trading around here and they make a call that says it's going to go long, that could be a good indication that that person's done some good analysis and might be a better person to trade. And what I'll try and do is I'll try and find where that same person might have made the right call two or three times. So then I can work out if that's a good person to follow or not. It's always hard with so many people posting to know which ones are guessing and which ones are guessing better than others. So this is just an easy way to identify who might be making the right calls. And I thought what I'll do just for the fun of it is have a look at Bitcoin. So as we all know, Bitcoin crashed around about 20% last night. So this is just the BTC USD. And if I have a quick look and go from, let's say, the top up here, and I go down to the bottom of the wick, so you can see it was down around about 19% yesterday, overnight. So massive, massive drop. And so, what I'd like to try and do is find out, did anyone pick it? Did anyone guess that this is what was going to happen? And, what do they have to say about it? What did their analysis look like? Is there anything that they did in their analysis that I can learn from? So, as I said, what we're interested in doing is seeing who was suggesting to short the stock, around about, one of these 2 days. It was all looking nice and bullish, and of course, then it's collapsed. It's still a little bit away from its, perhaps a sort of support area around here. So, most people thought it might have gone up to, $55 to $60,000 over the next couple of weeks, but we've had this great big pullback. So let's have a look, and it's super simple to do. So all I'm going to do is zoom in a bit. Or what I'll actually do is I'll leave it with a 1 year view, and Bitcoin's a bit of a bad example to do this with because so many people trade it, of course, and post about what direction they think it's going to go in. But as I said, it'll just be a bit of fun. You'll be able to see what happens. So all you do is you click on this little ideas stream symbol here. So if you click on that, and if you go right up the top up here to this little light bulb, and if you click on the drop down, and it says show all ideas, show ideas of followed users. So if I just want to find out, if the person that I'm following, the person that I decide has good analysis, if I just want to see when they make a new call, I could tick that box. I could show my ideas only. But in this case, what I want to do is I want to show all ideas. And see, this is going to go crazy, but it'll show you how many people were forecasting a pullback at this stage and how many people were still thinking it was going to go long and how many people didn't sort of have an opinion whether it was going to go long or short. So I'm going to go show all ideas. And you can see, wow, this is all the people, this is all the ideas where people have been posting analysis about Bitcoin. So I'm going to shrink this back down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on it. So if I start to zoom in, the way it works is the green dots are people who thought it was going to go long. They're predicting that it was going to keep going up. The red dots are the people who are saying that it's about to go down. And the orange dots are the people who didn't have an opinion either way. So you can see here, this guy here has basically picked the top. So this guy, Nutty Trader. And so if I click on this dot, we can open up his analysis. You can see Nutty Trader has basically said, bearish divergence forming, time to short. And so he made a short call. He said, looks to be forming bearish divergence along with struggling to break above key resistance. So you can see that's where he sort of picked, his resistance. You can see it was traveling sideways. So good call. He's absolutely picked it. And I've, gone along and said, well done. You managed to pick the top of Bitcoin for this current run. So well done. You can then go and say, well, how about these people here who, effectively called it, pretty much almost on the day. So let's click him. You can see his analysis, welcome to my short zone. So he's calling a short. It hasn't collapsed yet. If I click this little button here, it'll play the next couple of candles. You can see that it has its gap down here. And so again, he said we are retesting again the short zone. I think this time we will dump before reaching another all-time high. All this red block is my short zone. So I'll click on that and I'll say, good call, good call, good call, well timed. And so if I thought his analysis was particularly good, I'll post comment. If I thought his analysis was particularly good, then obviously I can follow him. I can go along and see his other ideas, and I can bookmark it or share it, or do a whole bunch of other things with it. So he made a good call. So let me close this one. And if you like it, you can also pin it like this little. That pin literally means that you can pin it. But so I'll unpin it and just see what some of these other ones have said. So end is near. King Panu's predicting 20k before 100k. So let's have a quick look at what he's saying. So again, he's just used, sort of various support and resistance type, trend lines, and said that he thinks it's also going to collapse at this point. So if I click on the little, the forward chart, you can see it's plotted these next couple of little lines down. So it's hard to sort of see on this view, but if I zoom in and just sort of move his chart just by dragging the lines around, so you can see that top of that green bar is where he made his call. All this light, I don't know, green sort of area here, you can see that's what's happened after he's made his call. So he said it was going to go short, and you can see it's had this big gap down. So his call was again spot on. So I'm going to tick plus. Said I would not FOMO here. Volume is falling, price is rising, bearish diversion. We'll go down to 20k before we go to 100k. This is not a financial advice. I don't know if it's going to go down to 20k. It'd be a fantastic buying opportunity if it did, but geez, think of the market impact if it did. So I'm going to go good call, nicely timed, and just post that comment, give him a thumbs up because I said he got his call right. And so you can sort of see here, it's just an interesting way to see, who timed it, and when they made the call, and how it went. So again, because it's Bitcoin, it's so heavily subscribed. So it's just one of those stocks where just about everyone has an opinion on it. There was a lot of people still calling that it was going to go long through here. And so it's just it's an interesting thing. These guys here are now calling the bottom. So all these traders through here are sort of saying that no more bearish divergence. So let's go long. So you can see here he's saying go long. Here's his analysis. We create a high on the RSI. Price of BTC, bearish divergence, creating this entire leg up. So he's bullish at this stage. So I said it's just an interesting way. If I pick another stock, I'm not quite sure what to pick. Let's do Tesla. Let's have a quick look at Tesla for comparison. And say you can see Tesla still got a lot of people, charting Tesla. So Tesla bounce, Tesla that. If I want to have a look at some of the pump and dump type stocks, something like AMC, again, you can see that for some reason these haven't disappeared off my screen, but that just must be a refresh error. Again, you can see people here. These guys are saying AMC might drop down to $40. AMC has no real juice, but then these two people down here are saying they think it's going to go long. So they're forecasting it's still going to go up. Again, if we went here and had a look, some of these people here, Fib traders saying go long, Corey saying go long. So that's just as I said, just a bit of a video to, give you an idea about, the ability to find people that might be interested in following when you're doing your trading, just to see who's making the right call in theory at the right time. So if you want to get rid of all these dots, because again it makes your screen look a bit crazy at times, just go back into the little light bulb, and you click on the bulb, and it turns it all off. So I said there's some screen redraw issue that's not getting rid of all those, but hopefully that's something that the team can sort out. If I wasn't making a video, I'd simply hit refresh and it would get rid of them all. But if I hit refresh, it's going to break my video, so I don't want to do that. But anyway, it's going to be interesting whether you think it's going to go long or short. It'll be quite fascinating to see if it breaks down any further from here. Again, I can't sort of see because of all these, but if I had to take a look, I'd just say, well, what's happened is it's gone back to support. Draw a line across here. So you can see, but it's sort of got to there, it's fallen back, it's broken through it, it's come back, retested it, finally broken through it, it's come back, retested it, come back, tested it, broke up again, and it's come back again. So, I think this is a pretty important area. If it breaks below this, it could continue down for a while. I would say if I had to take a complete guess, more than likely it'll bounce off that and continue to go up. So, if I was going to forecast this, I would I would probably take a punt, absolute guess, and say it'll probably go long. The way that I would trade is I'd probably put a market order, maybe somewhere around here. Sorry, not a market order, a stop order, somewhere around here. So if it does go back up, then it will trigger my market order and I'll buy. But I don't want to buy it if it doesn't, rally and come back up. So anyway, said just we'll see what happens. Is it going to go up or down? Who knows? That's the beauty of the market. Anyway, thank you very much for listening.